What on earth did I just see? This Premier League weekend was utter chaos. City stumble, Arsenal continue to dominate, Liverpool stunned. A lot just happened, so grab your popcorn and let's enjoy this feast of football chaos. To kick things off, we're heading to Anfield. Liverpool returned from the international break in crisis. 5 losses in 6, dropped from 1st to 8th, and the Liverpool manager slot under serious pressure. This isn't just another home game, it's a must-win against a Nottingham Forest side, quietly rebuilding under Sean Dyche, unbeaten in 4 of their last 5, and loving the role of party crashers. With all that on the line, here's what went down at Anfield. From the first whistle, Forest were hunting in packs. Dyche's men pressed like dogs on scraps, snapping into every duel, while Liverpool looked slow, almost casual, like they'd learned nothing from the City defeat. And when you play that lazy against a side this hungry, you get punished. The ball breaks to Murillo on the edge. He takes a touch and smashes in a brilliant strike to make it 1-0 to Forest at Anfield. Whatever was said in that Liverpool dressing room clearly didn't land, because straight after the restart, Forest went for the throat again. Nico Williams just glides down that left side, shrugs off a couple of half-hearted challenges, and cuts it back into the danger area. The young Italian, Savona, arrives right on cue and lashes in a ruthless finish for 2-0. Anfield is stunned, Forest are flying, and Liverpool look like a team that still hasn't woken up from the City spanking. As the game wore on, Liverpool didn't build pressure. They just faded. Forest, though, still smelled blood. A quick break slices through Liverpool again. Alisson makes the first save, but it's chaos in the box. The ball drops to Morgan Gibbs-White, and he just cushions it into the corner for 3-0. At that point, Anfield isn't angry, it's quiet. Forest are partying, Dyche is buzzing on the touchline, and Liverpool look completely broken. What was once a fortress of a stadium has become fragile. Speaking of fragile, few positions in football feel shakier right now than Thomas Frank's at Spurs. His seat is heating up fast. Frank takes a Tottenham side under huge pressure into the North London derby, against an Arsenal team flying at the top of the table, and Arteta turning the Emirates into a real fortress. From the first whistle, you could feel the difference. Arsenal were on the front foot, snapping into duels, pushing Spurs back. And it didn't take long for that pressure to explode into the opening goal. The Gunners sliced through that fragile Spurs back 5. Marino clips a gorgeous ball in behind. Trossard takes it on, shifts onto his left, and his shot takes a little deflection before rolling into the corner. Trossard has scored again in a big game. Spurs were already wobbling, and Arsenal smelled it. Just a few minutes after the opener, Eze picks it up on the edge of the box, dribbles between 2 Spurs midfielders, and lets fly. It takes a slight deflection and flies past Vicario. At that point, it wasn't just a derby, it was a domination. Arteta is simply tactically outclassing Frank. Early in the second half, any hope Spurs had of a comeback just vanished. Arsenal sliced straight through them on the break, Spurs midfield jogging back, and when the ball is rolled into Eze on the edge of the box, he just opens his body and passes it into the far corner for 3-0. It's too easy. The Emirates is roaring, and Spurs look like a team begging for mercy to end their misery. Out of absolutely nowhere, Spurs produce a moment. Palhinha snaps in, wins it high, and the ball drops to Richarlison miles from goal. He looks up, sees Raya off his line, and just lifts an outrageous first-time lob from about 35-40 yards. That is a disgusting finish. For a split second, the whole Emirates just freezes, and even some Arsenal fans have to respect the sheer audacity of that strike. Any hope that Richarlison's wonder goal gave Spurs lasted about 2 minutes. Arsenal go straight back on the front foot, work it beautifully around the box, and of course, it's Eberechi Eze, the boyhood Arsenal fan, popping up again in that space. One touch to set himself, guides it into the corner for 4-1, and completes his North London derby hat-trick to sink Spurs to 9th. From almost wearing white to tearing them apart in red. If you think Spurs fans are hurting, wait till you see Old Trafford. Manchester United came into this one unbeaten in 5. And talking about a revival at home under the lights against an Everton side fighting near the bottom. The script was simple: dominate the ball, pin them back, get an early goal, and calm everyone down. The opening 10 minutes were actually pretty even, both sides trading spells of possession, and then it all just explodes in the most bizarre way possible. Tempers flare between Idrissa Gueye and Michael Keane, and out of nowhere Gueye slaps his own teammate in the face and gets a straight red. One of the strangest red cards you'll ever see, and United suddenly have 80 minutes against 10 men at Old Trafford. United are in dreamland. The game is lined up for them to bag 3 easy points, which will place them 4th. Being a man down didn't break Everton. It focused them. United keep the ball but do nothing with it. And when Everton finally spring forward, it's deadly. The ball's work to Dewsbury Hall on the edge of the box. He shifts it out of his feet and smashes an absolute rocket into the top corner for 1-0. Old Trafford is stunned. The away end is bouncing and United look like they've just been punched in the mouth by 10 men. From there, it's wave after wave of aimless United pressure, cross after cross, long shots into the stands, while Everton's backline just heads and blocks everything away. Xerxes manages to get in a good position. He rises well and powers a header towards the corner, but Pickford throws out a strong hand and claws it away. That's the one big chance you expect a Manchester United striker to bury. And once it doesn't go in, you can almost feel the belief drain out of Old Trafford. When the whistle finally goes, the away end is in party mode, and Old Trafford drowns in booze. 10 men Everton leave with all 3 points, and that so-called United revival suddenly looks like a myth again. Meanwhile, Manchester City don't have any room for myths. With Arsenal pulling clear at the top, every game now feels like a must-win. The problem? Their vital game is away at St. James's Park, one of the loudest, most hostile grounds in the league, where City have struggled on recent visits. The irony is, Eddie Howe's team have been poor in the league overall, sitting down the table after a run of bad results and brutal away form, with only 3 points from 6 away games. Yet at home, they're a different animal. And this was their shot to cause chaos. And at St. James's Park, chaos is always just one moment away. City had been seeing more of the ball, but Newcastle was just waiting for a spark. Newcastle finally put a proper move together. Joelinton pokes it into Bruno G. He plays a slick 1-2 with Harvey Barnes, and Barnes drives to the edge of the box before drilling it low into the bottom corner for 1-0. St. James's Park absolutely erupts. City don't panic straight away. They keep the ball, keep probing, and eventually the pressure tells from a set piece and drops to the City captain, who reacts fastest to stab it over the line for 1-1. But this wasn't the usual City comeback, because Newcastle just refused to back down. They win it high on the left, work it quickly into Barnes again, and he drives inside, shifts it onto his right, and whips a brilliant finish across goal into the far corner for 2-1. St. James's Park is shaking, and you can almost feel Arsenal fans celebrating that goal hundreds of miles away. It just feels different this time. City go to St. James's Park knowing they have to win to keep Arsenal in sight, and they come away with nothing. Barnes scores twice, and another must-win slips through their fingers. From Eze tearing Spurs apart, to United finding a way to lose to 10 men, to City getting silenced under the lights at St. James's Park, this weekend felt like a shift. Arsenal in control, everyone else chasing shadows. If this is a sign of what's coming after the break, buckle up, because this title race might be closer to finish than anyone wants to admit.